There's only three things that are going to make money in the modern world anymore. The game's changed. Money as we know it is dead. Okay, money as we know it is dead. Inflation's killed it. Taxes have killed it. Bad politicians have killed it. So what's going to be left? You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal that you pay attention to what I'm about to say. Okay, there's only three things that are going to work in the future. Three things are going to work. Number one is you are going to have to catch trends early. It's always been that way, but it's really important now. Elon Musk, he's got a lot of skills, but the man catches things early. You know what I mean? So most people are too cynical, so they're always missing stuff until it's too late. So number one, catch trends. Okay, I call it, there's a technique, I call it trend stacking. But I don't have time to talk about that right now. The number two thing that you have to know that's going to be better than money going forward is that basically, basically, the rules have changed. So you might say, well, that's too vague. What do you mean the rules have changed? Number two, the rules have changed. That means you got to stop listening to people who made their money in the old rule way. There's a lot of people teaching online now, and they're still in the old economy, right? So you got to change who you listen to if you want to make money. I spent a lot of my time, I was just reading a book about Einstein. I like to read Stephen Hawking. And believe it or not, those people help you make money because they were so genius that they have timeless advice. But if you're listening to people that made their money 20 years ago, a lot of that stuff doesn't work anymore. So change who you listen to, number two. And number three, remember this. The first trillionaire is going to be a personal brand. It's not going to be a corporation anymore. Corporations are on their way out. That's why you see Elon Musk, who made money with corporations, like he made money with PayPal. Okay, guess what he switched over to? He's become a big personal brand. You see this with presidents. You see this all over your Instagram and TikTok feed. People have realized, wait a second, if I'm a personal brand, I'm more relatable to people than a corporation. Okay, I'm more relatable. It's also portable. It's also can't be attacked. I mean, it could be attacked. A corporation can go bankrupt. An individual can go bankrupt, but they're still, as long as you're alive, you're still there and you can rebuild yourself. So you almost, with a personal brand, you can't even really lose because nobody can sell you. Slavery is not allowed anymore, at least in theory. So a personal brand is more relatable. Okay. It's portable. You can travel. Right now, I'm in a hotel. I'm traveling. I've been in 6 countries in the last 6 months doing business, enjoying life, building, not just enjoying all the time, but I live life on my terms with freedom. It's portable. And number three, as you see, the one thing that can't get taken away from you is you. Now, you might be afraid of personal brands because you're a shy person. Well, you can build a personal brand around another person. I'll show you how to do a faceless personal brand. Listen to these three things. Catch new trends early, change who you listen to, and double down your efforts on building your personal brand. Because you know how like 30 years ago everything got outsourced overseas to like India and Pakistan and the Philippines? Well, soon things are, and it's already happening, they're getting outsourced to robots, to AI. The only thing that's going to be left for humans is their personal brand because a lot of the work is going to be automated or sent offshore. So what you have to do is go, how can I make money and income? I'm not talking about being a trillionaire. I know I said the first trillionaire, but I was just stating what I believe to be highly likely. Maybe it'll be Elon Musk. Maybe it'll be Mr. Beast. Who knows who the first trillionaire will be? But it'll be a personal brand. It's not going to be a corporation. First person is not. They're not going to be a person who just owns a corporation and they become a trillionaire. They're going to literally be somebody who's got their face out there, who talks, who takes positions, who goes on podcasts, who has an Instagram, who has a TikTok, who actually shares their life in a relatable way. So I got good news and I got bad news for you. The good news is this is the simplest thing to ever start, the simplest business. I've taught over 550,000 people. If you don't know, my name's Tai Lopez. I've got 8 million social media followers. I've done over $100 million from my personal brand, way more than 100 million. Very few people have ever done that. I'm very qualified to tell you about this. You know, whether you agree with or want to do it the way I do it, I've done it. And I was caught the trend early. I started my personal brand back in 2011, 12. Really, almost no one was doing it. And I've trained of the people you see online with big personal brands, 80% of them have been my students. I've been to my house, I've been to my mastermind.